To you lovely women down in New Zealand. While I wait for a few of you to join, here's a little bit of this. I don't mean to boast, but just exactly where are you ever going to get anything like that? Seriously. So that is one of the Look at that! That is one of the T-shirts in the shop right now. Just do it one more time. Anyway, on my lapel, I've got my TERF scale. But more excitingly right now, let me just show you the size of these things. So we have Let Witches Speak. Tiny, look, tiny little broomstick. Or you might want, I wonder if this works. This is what influencers do, isn't it? Or you might want, oh yeah, that does work. A little cat that actually says dog on its little bone. So that's a nice little witch's cat. Or you might want, here's a little question for you then. Who can tell me whose witch's hat that is? So I was inspired. Whose witch's hat might that be? And then we have the little witch badge. That's the definition. See, witch definition. Oh, and this. Look, I don't want to say I'm a genius, but I am a genius. I'm gonna keep looking for anybody who knows who that is. Anyway, I want to talk about New Zealand. I'm going to talk about New Zealand because when I was, I don't even know where I've just put that. When I was in New Zealand, that's great, isn't it? I really like the little girl I've put on the back as well. Just let me. Oh, my voice is weird. I was souped. I don't care what anybody else says. I was souped by a really weird, nasty individual. And alongside me was Tanya Sturt. And she was also souped. And she is the Standing for Women woman who's organised the event in Auckland. Now, I have my own reasons for not going. They happen to be the 5 people that I love more than anything in the world. And I have to do what they say. However, it is absolutely imperative for women in New Zealand and men, but women in New Zealand to go to the event. I don't know why anybody would think of not going. It seems crazy to me because this is your shot, right? There are reasons to go, and I can't think of any not to go. If you're afraid, is it worse? Is it worse than the fear of, oh God, girls and boys being taken from their families? Is it worse than the fact that you have no right to speak? How can you not want to take that right back? I don't get it. Tanya has worked. Look, nothing came to me. No police spoke to me about anything. But they have been talking with Tanya, and she says that she thinks it's going to be safe. I have no reason to disbelieve her. It doesn't make any difference to what I can do, but this is your country, women and men of New Zealand. This has been stolen by a pernicious cult that has captured all your institutions. If you don't go out to an event like this, if you don't take that opportunity, then when are you going to do it? When is it ever going to be okay? I think it's absolutely vital. I'm not going to the event. The event is still happening. So it has to happen. And I will be going back to New Zealand. I will be going back to New Zealand. It's absolutely like, I love it. I really love the people there. I feel it's a country that's totally worth saving. Um, and I think that there is enough change now that it can be saved. Does it mean that I could have convinced my husband and children that I could go? No, it doesn't. That's a decision that's made. It's too late to make any other decision now, even if I wanted to. But this is this is the time to stand up and be counted in New Zealand. This is the time for New Zealanders to stand up and be counted. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the time to give the country completely 100% to these cultists. It's just not. And I wish you so much luck and love for Wednesday. I think it's tomorrow for you. I think it's going to be a great event. I think the more of you turn up, the more great the event's going to be. I think that there is an acknowledgement that the world is watching. Whether I'm there or not, I think the eyes are going to be on you. I think all of you have to take your phones. We will be live streaming on my channel the event. So if you want to speak to the world, you want to speak in your country about what is happening in your country, and you want to tell the rest of the world what's happening, we will be putting it, live streaming it onto our channel and onto YouTube. So, look, it's not difficult. Um, it's not difficult. You just got to do it. I had some other news today. I don't know if I can talk about it yet. But I've had some other news today. Somebody said get there on the big screen. I don't think I can do that. Dublin was incredible. Thank you to those Irish women. I am taking some very strong painkillers. I'm feeling quite dodgy. I've just been on Sean Plunkett's The Platform. You cannot let, like, this is your country, right? I really had every expectation that I would get to New Zealand and they wouldn't let me in. I thought I would travel all that way and they wouldn't let me in. But that doesn't mean that women and men of New Zealand should not attend this meeting. Can I also point out that if you women that think you have a reasonable point of view, if you think you've come to this with the right motivation, if your motivation is because you don't want girls to be transitioned and you don't want women to lose their rights, and you feel that gaslighting women and children and men for that matter for the sake of this pernicious ideological cult, if that's why you're doing it, you owe it to everybody to continue, because if you don't, the people that you don't like very much, they will take this cause for their own. That is what's going to happen. They will take this cause for their own. So you have to stand up. This is no time to stay home. Anyway, right. I am going to go. But if not you, then who? If not now, then when? If you cannot take your country back from the clutches of this pernicious cult, then when might you? What's it going to take before you stand up, united with other women? That you stand up regardless of whether you like that person that you're just going to stand next to and support. But because actually you love your country and you love those women in it, even if some of them you don't like very much. So this is your time. If you can stand up, if you can stand up, I doubt very much that this person in the chat is a woman. I would imagine it's a bloke. If you can stand up and stand next to people that you don't like at all, and you can just keep your eye on the prize, then I promise we will win. If you can go out into the public, stand tall, and be counted, even though you may feel afraid, if your fear is reserved for the things that are truly going to wreck your entire country for generations, rather than how it might feel to be in that crowd in that moment, and I'm telling you, it's going to be so much better than you could possibly imagine, then I promise we will win. And do you know why else we're going to win? Because I never lose.
E mi suoni in cuore,